Receiving simulator transmission. Uploading transmitted feed. Initializing playback sequence. Alright Seipher, we're ready.
Hey everyone, Seipher here, and welcome to the final episode of Seipher Plays Yugioh, Reshef of Destruction. In the last episode, we pushed onward to Sol Chevalsky, only to run into Seto Kaiba, currently defeating one of his Chevaliers. The arrogant CEO proclaimed that he would be the one to save the world and stop Sol Chevalsky, but had his spirit utterly broken when Sol and Reshef possessed Mokuba and used him as a final obstacle in our path. We stepped up to challenge the possessed Tyke and managed to free Mokuba, earning Kaiba's respect and the right to challenge him for possession of Obelisk the Tormentor. We managed to overcome the arrogant CEO and finally take the third Egyptian god card for ourselves. We then returned to the Moto game shop, followed by a quick visit to Merrick's residence in Egypt to unlock the true powers of the Winged Dragon of Ra by awakening its Phoenix mode. This time, with no detours left and all other obstacles out of our way, we're finally ready to begin the final battle to save the world from Reshef the Dark Being. So, we're just going to quickly walk around Seto, Mokuba, and Ishizu here. We're not going to really care what they have to say, but before we do step through that final threshold, I want to give a word of warning for this upcoming duel. You should not bother anteing anything, as you will not get to keep anything that you win in this fight, as there is no save after the credits roll, and we will not be able to keep anything from the time between our last save and here. Additionally, I just want to quickly go over all the cards in my deck that are going to be with us for this final fight. This occult/swarm deck, as I've taken to calling it, is probably one of the strongest and, frankly, best decks that I've ever run through this game with. Granted, that is entirely due to the Tolerable Reshef patch, but it is a pretty powerful deck, and I hope that it gives us the opportunity to succeed in this final fight. So, with nothing left to say, let's head on in. Congratulations for passing my test. So, Seipher, it is you who survived until the end. Pooh. I, Sol Chevalsky, welcome you. Pegasus, stop this nonsense at once. My past means nothing to me. I am no longer Pegasus. I am Sol Chevalsky. Why are you acting like this? It's not too late. Return Reshef the Dark Being to its prison. What? Why should I do that? When Reshef gains full power, it would create a wonderful world. Why can you not accept that? Probably because he's a dark being and we don't want to get drowned in an era of darkness. He is under the spell of the Dark Being. To complete the resurrection of Reshef the Dark Being, there is no greater sacrifice than the spirit of defeated duelists, and Yugi Boy, the only duelist to have beaten me. I have his power right here. Pooh. There are no duelists left who can beat me. Therefore, you will lose, and I will sacrifice you to Reshef the Dark Being. He has the pieces of the Millennium Puzzle. Come, the preparations have been made. We will duel, and you will taste defeat. There is no choice. Please, Seipher, you must free Pegasus' spirit from Reshef. That we will, Ishizu, that we will. And I know I said not to bother anteing, but I'm going to ante. Okay, so the corrupted creator of Duel Monsters is finally facing off with us. Say hello to Sol Chevalsky or Maximilian Pegasus. This duel is going to be a tough one, especially in the vanilla version of Reshef of Destruction, as Sol will start with a whopping 20,000 life points. Thankfully, in the Tolerable Reshef patch, he is reduced down to the standard 8,000. Goes without saying, he starts with a Yami field, and his attributes and monster types are varied. His non-tribute monsters will have 1600 attack or less, but a lot either get boosted by the Yami field or have devastating effects. For instance, he has Red Archery Girl, a 1400 Aqua monster with the effect to immobilize and weaken one monster for one turn. He has Illusionist Faceless Mage, a dream spellcaster, which can immobilize all of your monsters for one turn. So basically a negate attack for all of your fields. But the most dangerous of his monsters are the Relinquished and Thousand Eyes Restrict. They are both 1-star, 0 attack, and 0 defense point monsters, so you probably don't think that they are really much of a threat to you, but trust me, their effects make them a real challenge for you to deal with. Relinquish can steal your monster to power itself up by its stats, so if you have a Dark Magician on the field and it takes it, it will have the Dark Magician's stats. Thousand Eyes Restrict is a boosted form of this effect, taking the stats of whatever monster it targets and giving itself those stats plus 1,000 in each attack and defense. So basically, if it has Dark Magician, he'll have 3,500 attack and 3,100 defense. It is a very powerful card. They are both Divine Attribute in vanilla version as well, so they are even more dangerous there, as they can't be destroyed by regular means. Additionally, if you thought his monsters were a pain in the butt to deal with, you haven't seen anything till you've seen his spells and trap cards, as they make him even stronger. He has 3 copies of Swords of Revealing Light to stall turns, 3 copies of Harpy's Feather Duster to clear back row, Change of Heart to steal your monsters, Torrential Tribute / Mirror Force to clear your side of the field, and like Odion before him, he is also packing Dragon Capture Jar, so if you are using Seipher, beware, he can lock down your Egyptian god really easily. So, the name of the game is to just try and finish him as quickly as possible and get a god card out on the field if you can manage it. I thankfully won't need to worry about that because I had a pretty good opening hand this time. Though I do want to stress it, if you are playing vanilla Reshef, you want to try and get through this with as little life point damage as possible. Opponents out of LP, dual victory, deck capacity increased by 5 that we won't use, 2,000 domino we won't use, Thousand Eyes Restrict was obtained, good, but we can't make use of it, even in this tolerable Reshef patch phase, where it is a dream monster. No! It can't be. Unbelievable. How could I lose with the power of Reshef? Probably because I've got the Egyptian gods. Granted, I only used 2 of them. Reshef the Dark Being. I command you to return to the stone tablet. Oh boy. Oh no. That doesn't look good. Oh. What? What? What is happening? No! What happened to me? Well, it seems Maximilian Pegasus is back. You seem to have finally awoken from your nightmare. What? I almost ruined us all. Even though I was under control, that is no excuse. I gathered the spirits of defeated duelists. Reshef needs the negative energy to initiate its final ritual. The castle is sealed inside a protective sphere. There is no escape from Reshef's final ritual. The final ritual? Of the ancients? Reshef is using negative energy. And this right here, pretty sick art if I may say so myself. And those 3 colored orbs, clearly the energies of Obelisk, Ra, and Seipher. If you had entered in the second password I had shared at the end of last episode, 254-10867, back at the Moto Game Shop, this appearance of Reshef would have been changed to something different though. It would have been changed to Goemon Impact from Konami's video game Legend of the Mystical Ninja. A link to an image of what this would look like is in the description of this video. Reshef is regaining its form. It's hopeless. We're finished. All the duels that Seipher fought to get here. All the negative energies of the defeated duelists. Reshef has all their power. The Dark Being has risen. We have no hope of defeating it. A complete victory in a duel is needed to consummate the ritual. The Dark Being has grown infinitely powerful. Seipher has also grown strong, but... yeah, I'm not giving up. What are you afraid of, Seipher? Use my card and win. I would, Kaiba, but I don't have Obelisk in my deck. Seipher. Kaiba's right, Seipher. I don't believe in this story about a final ritual, but I know you'll win. Yuki boy, I have treated you terribly. What? Is this a miracle? It's fantastic. You have nothing to fear against Reshef. My spirit is united with all the duelists I have faced, including yours, Seipher. With all our souls united as one, take hold of the true duelist spirit. Use it to defeat the Dark Being. All of us together will destroy Reshef. Yeah. Come, Blue Eyes. Go! The sacred souls of duelists! The pure and proud spirits of duelists have united. Perhaps this, now, Seipher. Seal Reshef forever. We certainly intend to, Yami. Anyway, the Dark Being has challenged us to a duel that will decide the fate of the world. This is Reshef the Dark Being. This is the hardest challenge in the main story of the game, as Reshef is not messing around and starts in the vanilla version with a ridiculous 40,000 life points. This is one challenge that I kinda wish that the Tolerable Reshef patch had left untouched, as him with 8,000 life points is not all that much of a challenge. However, that said, Reshef is still quite challenging. Rapid fire this time, Yami Field, varied attributes, varied types. Reshef's non-tribute monsters have 2100 attack or less, and a good number of them are boosted by the Yami Field. Additionally, a lot of his monsters have some powerful effects. Zombra the Dark can power himself down to destroy one of your monsters. Castle of Dark Illusions, which I have used quite extensively throughout this playthrough, can flip over all of his monsters into face-down position, and enabling them to reuse their effects again. Additionally, as we saw from his artwork, he has the powers of Ra, Obelisk, and Slifer, meaning he has a copy of each of them in his deck. Thankfully, his copy of the Winged Dragon of Ra is only in its battle mode, and in the Tolerable Reshef patch, he does not have a Kaiba Man to instantly summon out Slifer the Sky Dragon, so we are safe in that regard. The real challenge, though, comes from Reshef's trap and spell cards. Like all of the major endgame fights that we've faced up till now, he has 3 copies of Swords of Revealing Life for stalling. In addition, he also has 3 copies of Change of Heart to turn your monsters against you and provide tributes for his god cards. He has 3 copies of Torrential Tribute / Mirror Force to reactively remove your non-god cards. He has 3 copies of Pot of Greed to gather resources whenever he needs them. He has 2 copies of Harpy's Feather Duster to remove your back row, 2 copies of Megamorph to boost his already pretty powerful monsters, a copy of Raigeki to actively remove your non-god cards, and a copy of Monster Reborn to revive any monsters of yours that he destroys and use them against you. This is a tough fight, so I do not shame anyone for getting Ra's Phoenix mode to make this fight more manageable. Additionally, having Dark Flare Knight on your side to bring out a Mirage Knight and then a Dark Magician and Flame Swordsman is also very helpful, as are the cards that were added to the Tolerable Reshef patch to make things a lot easier. However, I have had some amazing luck this time around. Normally this fight would take quite a long time, especially in vanilla, but I managed to get just the cards I needed to make this go by quickly, so let's finish this off in style. Ra, take him out. Opponents out of LP, dual victory, deck capacity increased by 10, 2,500 Domino was obtained, Change of Heart was obtained. Pretty good, but we won't get to use it or keep it. Is it over? Reshef fed on the darkness and duelist souls. It gained power from the fear of defeat, but our proud duelist spirits won in the end. I wouldn't be so hasty. Oh boy, what are you doing, Pegasus? No! Reshef, it's worming itself into my soul. It's found the darkness in my heart. Why? Do I fear defeat? Reshef, the Dark Being, I let you into my soul to exploit its darkness. I helped release you, but I won't lose to you. Now, Seipher, Seal me while Reshef remains trapped inside. Nothing can forgive me for what I've done. I have to atone for my crimes. Quickly, before Reshef consumes my soul. Seipher, there's no other choice. You must honor Pegasus as a true duelist. Thank you, Seipher. I'm glad my final opponent was you. It's over, Seipher. This castle's not going to hold much longer. I'll say, let's get out of here. Seipher, we have to get out. You don't need to tell me twice, Yami. Woo! I honestly did not think that I would have that much of an easy time with this. I have memories from back when I first played Reshef on the vanilla version, and this fight took me forever, like hours and hours, because I kept getting my butt kicked by Pegasus and then again by Reshef when I managed to get through to him, assuming I had the good stats to get through it all. Hey everyone, over here! Master Mokuba, Master Seto. There's no point standing around. There must be something that I can do. I know. Alright, crew. Everyone ready? Yes, I understand, but we're missing 2 of our members. What's the point of doing a children's show? You fools! The children are afraid. The Neo-Ghouls stole their rare cards. Kaiba Man represents hope to the kids. When Masters Mokuba and Seto return, how would they feel if children aren't enjoying dueling? We can't let Masters Mokuba and Seto see that. That's why we have to give hope to the kids. As a bonus, I'll speak to Master Kaiba about giving you better jobs. Honestly, I'm surprised that you're still around after you betrayed them again when the Neo-Ghouls attacked. I'll do it. Yes. Well, that's odd, but at least they might get some better jobs than being costumed characters. Go for it, Kaiba Man! Don't give up, Kaiba Man! Justice just rules. I am victorious in victory. Dragon Saber Blast. My Valentine, be mine. Marry me, please. Would you quit already? You're annoying me. But if you marry me, I won't annoy you anymore. Jean-Claude, I don't think you would be able to not annoy her, no matter what you did. I'm a Hollywood star. I have my pride. I'm not leaving until you say yes. Listen to me, Romeo. I already have someone special. So you can give up now, Jean-Claude. Who is he? That's none of your business. You're lying, aren't you? You're just trying to make me leave. See? There really isn't anyone special. That's not true. There really is someone. Why am I getting so worked up over this? And why do I keep thinking about him? I wonder how he's doing. He? Wait! Would you be quiet? I'm going out. Cover for me as the dealer. But, wait, please! Well, you tell him, Mai. I want the fortune teller to tell me if me and my snookums are made for each other. I'll get him to look into my past life. Isn't it exciting, Sugar Muffin? It certainly is, Kissy Lips. How bizarre. But hey, I guess we should all strive to have a relationship like that with someone we love when we're that old. Look, there he is. I know. Okay, let's have him tell our fortunes. What's the matter, Love Bucket? My back. Ow, ow, ow. Are you okay? The elderly should take it easy. I had him do a reading about my health. Oh, what a waste. Speaking of who, what happened to him? Where are you going? To see my friend. That's honestly kind of sweet. At least I'm pretty sure Bones is referring to us. Arg! That bug got away. But the insects have come back. Does that mean he's back too? He probably doesn't think of me as a friend, so I shouldn't go visit him. But I did give him my card, so maybe it wouldn't be weird for me to visit him. Yep, that's what I'll do. I'll just say I want to see how my card is doing. You're being tsundere, though I honestly don't see this as any genuine considering how you acted in the show and manga. This is a huge discovery, eh? We ought to hurry too. Maybe our find will really make us famous. Whoa, this is a huge discovery, eh? Yeah, I agree with you there. It is awesome. Maybe we're the first in the world to find this. Frankly, no shit, Sherlock, you just dug it up. You are the first to find this. That's a distinct possibility, eh? This is going to make us famous. You guys took prehistoric pride in your work. That's why you found the fossil in such an enormous mountain. If I think of my deck as a mountain, I wonder if I can find my fossil. Can I draw the card I need? You're overthinking it. We're among friends. We made our discovery because we helped each other. He's right. No one can do this alone. Friends. Yeah, maybe that's what life is all about. Thanks. Hey, wait up! Uki! Ukiki! Tss, these annoying little monkeys. Oh well, I'll just catch more fish. The sea is plentiful with her bounty. The sea isn't screaming anymore. Those guys, they did it. But I can't let them become better duelists than me. Gahahaha! What a haul! What a catch! You guys, you're asking for it now. Uki! How many chances do you want? Honestly, this is so bizarre. I forgot how long this is. You're driving me bananas. I'm taking you down. Uki! Hey, stop goofing off. Uki! Keep working. There's no time to rest. Uki! We're setting sail. Uki! Ukiki! Wait for me. I'm returning back to the town of Domino right now. Uki! Ukikiki! I can't stand waiting anymore. I'm going to find and help Yugi, Joey, and Seipher. And just how are you going to help them? Tristan's right, Taya. Taya, please, you have to believe in my brother, and have faith in them. I believe in them, but I can't stand waiting around. Taya, they'll be fine. Can't you tell? Can't you feel it? Let's duel. Okay. Oh Oh no, I lost again. Ha ha ha. I did it. Try harder next time. Yeah, I'm not going to lose again. The happy expressions on the children's faces. Those are the faces of the town of Domino at peace. Hi, can I see your cards? Do you have any new cards? As a matter of fact, some rare cards have come in. Yeah, I'll buy some. Hey, no fair. They're mine. There's no need to fight. I have 2 of each, so you both can get 1. Okay. Sure. Fine. Let's head inside. The boys will be back soon. There's no doubt. Isn't that right, Taya? Yes, you're right. I'll wait a little while longer. Yes, that would be best. Though in all honesty, I'm getting kind of worried. Look at that! That's Kaiba Corp's helicopter. PPP. Big brother, are you worried? No, I'm not worried. I'm sure they'll get the job done. Yeah, they're stronger than the Big Bad 5. They won't lose to anyone. Ha ha ha. That's right, there's no way they'll lose. But they can't beat Kaiba Man. Well, duh, Kaiba Man's invincible. But Seipher's number 1. So which one is stronger? A duelist who's invincible, or a duelist who's number 1? What's that sound? Big brother, over there. That's Kaiba Corp's helicopter. Let's go, big brother. Sure, let's go. Gahahaha. All duelists swim in the same ocean. Hurry home. Ukiki! Ukiki! Kikiki! Ukikikiki! I'm here to check on my card I gave away. So, where are they? Uki? Are you worried about those guys? I'm only worried about my card. I'm sure they're supposed to be around here somewhere. Huh? They're not here yet? My cosmic powers tell me this is the place. I hope they come back safely. What's taking them so long? My, everybody. Huh? What are you doing here? Are you better duelists now? You bet, Mai. Like, ultra strong. Ultra. Tristan? Yeah, I gotta agree with you there, Duke. PPP. And who might you be? I saw the others over there. We've all known each other for a long time, which has both its good and bad points. And we're back. Thank you for waiting. Joey! Joey! Hey, hold on. Everyone's watching us. I'm so glad you're safe, big brother. There's nothing I can do about this. Everyone. You waited for us? Thank you. We were able to defeat Reshef because we had your help. But the biggest credit has to be given to you, Seipher. Yugi's right. Seipher has gotten much stronger. Almost as strong as me. Joey, you really need to work on your ego. And speaking of ego, here comes Kaiba. Ha! Big talk from a dog. Why, you... Kaiba, what's your problem? And you don't have to be rude, Kaiba. Seipher, thank you for saving Mokuba. But you all only survived because of me. Sure, whatever you have to tell yourself, Kaiba. I'm the one with the Kaiba Corp helicopter. That makes us even. Sure, whatever you want, I wasn't going to ask you for anything anyway. Kaiba, Yugi, I'm done talking. What? These lame duelists. I don't want to be associated with them. You arrogant. Real duelists don't need to speak. They let their cards do the talking. Fair enough, but you know just what to say, and yet you keep digging yourself down into this arrogant pit. Whatever. Seipher, next time we meet, things will be different. Sure. You're a speed bump on my road to victory, and I will defeat you. Sure, keep pestering away. Keep expending your hot air, just do it somewhere else pointed away from my face. Until then, savor the taste of victory. Come on, Mokuba. Saved. Wait for me, big brother. That guy, he invented the word annoying. Kaiba has a point, you know. We all helped create a new rival. That's not very nice. I'm joking. We're friends, but we're also duelists. All of us. After I leave, I'll work on my deck. Alright, Yugi, Joey, Seipher, see you. You sure went through a lot. I think it's time we left too. Goodbye. See you. Bye-bye. It's over, Seipher. That it is, Yugi, that it is. You were awesome, Seipher. Totally, Seipher. Yeah, you really did great. I'm impressed, Seipher. You had us all worried. I'm so glad you're safe. Thanks for the sentiment, Taya. Oh no, what are you doing here, Ishizu? Thank you for everything. Reshef the Dark Being will most likely never rise again. We owe it all to you, Seipher. To prevent this tragedy from reoccurring, I would like to seal away the Egyptian god cards. May I have your Egyptian god cards? I don't want to give them up. I mean, sure, I don't need them, but they're fun to use. Do you want to become just like Pegasus? The Egyptian god cards must be hidden from the world. Please, may I have the Egyptian god cards? Well, seeing as you're probably just going to keep going ad nauseum, I'm just going to relent. Thank you. Reshef was vanquished before it could engulf the world. Seipher, you stopped it. Thank you, and farewell. Whew, that was really something, wasn't it? You're right, even the spirit was nervous. Seipher, you were great. What about me? I wasn't too shabby myself. You need a smaller ego, Joey, just like Kaiba. Yeah, I'm sure you did alright. Tristan, yeah, you got that right. I knew you'd understand, partner. You bet I do. You did your best to help Yugi and Seipher. By staying out of their way. Right. I tried not to cause any trouble and... Wait, why would I have to stay out of their way? Sorry. Chill out, dude. Looks like everything's back to normal. Back to the usual town of Domino. Yeah, welcome back. I'm amazed you came back. Welcome home. Welcome home, everyone. And with that, we have officially finished things up. I forgot how long that was. So, with that all said, on to thoughts on the project. To kick things off with the good of this game is a major step up in terms of story. We're not relying on events from the series ever so slightly chopped and stitched to fit a mute protagonist like we were in Sacred Cards. We get an original story that feels like it could have fit in with the original Duel Monsters series. The main gameplay, while not changed greatly from the Sacred Cards, has seen some massive improvements. The new cards and permanent effects to bridge the gap between the Sacred Cards gameplay and the TCG that won me over as a youth were excellent, though admittedly the execution of these is only a positive in the Tallbow Reshef patch. The implementation of actual side quests was fun and was perfect fan service for fans of the anime and manga like me, who were looking forward to particular interactions that never happened in the show, like the Angry Rebecca event. And gaining access to the ability to use all of the Egyptian god cards as you progress the story and grow as a duelist sells the feeling of what it means to be a main character in Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Monsters, even more than what Sacred Cards did. It all just adds up to me being able to definitively say that this patch turned a game that I honestly didn't think I'd pick up again, because of its difficulty, and breathed some new life into it to the point that I almost prefer it to the Sacred Cards. As for the negatives, though, I frankly don't have much to say because the Tallbow Reshef patch did its job in removing the artificial difficulty. Thank you, Ephraim225. And fans of the non-patch version have similar options to remove the frustration now due to the features available in the early days collection. There were a few minor downgrades from the Sacred Cards, mainly in the script's grammatical errors at several points, and to an extent the loss of the bust-up character portraits that the cutscenes had in Sacred Cards, in favor of mini portraits that just had the faces. However, these were not significant enough issues to detract from the overall experience. That said, there is one major issue that I take with all versions of Reshef of Destruction, and it's really just comes down to the final hour of the game. That involves the spirit cards and the endless lobby of Pegasus's castle that they're connected to. At that point, we've traveled the world twice, beating major duelists as we hunted the Millennium Items, and then enlisting them to fight off the Neo Ghouls in Domino City when they invaded, only to now be told we need their spirit cards to light our way and reach the final battle. So we go to them and we duel to acquire those spirit cards, no issue there, but when we have collected them all, we return to Pegasus's castle and then have to duel their imposters on top of that. And they're easier than the original duels that we did to get the spirit cards in the first place because they all start on Yami fields and have significantly weaker cards than the original, and weaker spells and traps focusing on life point recovery and burn as opposed to what they focused on in their original duels. It just feels like too much to extend the length of the game, and I feel like you could have had the option to build it so that you could either choose to go through the labyrinth and defeat all these guys, but have to figure out your way through the maze, which I'm sure you could figure out on your own with enough time, or you could go back to the various spots that we faced duelists along the way and get the spirit cards by taking on tougher opponents, but from doing so would be able to completely eliminate the imposters. But that's really neither here nor there, I suppose. Normally, this is the point where I would talk about any changes I'd make if I had the ability to remake this game with an unlimited budget, but that seems a little hollow considering that this is a patch designed to improve the playing experience of vanilla version, and I did just sort of explain one thing that I would do to improve it, but there is one other thing that is applicable to all versions of Reshef of Destruction. That is the acquisition of Raw's Phoenix mode. Whether in the vanilla version, the Tolerable Reshef patch, or in the early days collection, there is no in-game means of finding out the secret to Raw's Phoenix mode. This has always bothered me since there are so many side quests already built in, so surely there could have been one to unlock the greatest secret of Raw. I'm not even saying that the password to unlock Raw's Phoenix mode is bad. That can certainly fit, but I feel like it could have been baked in to some extent on how to get that password. Like maybe have Odeon challenge you to a duel with a harder deck after you've cleared your way to Pegasus's castle. And from defeating him, you get some hieroglyphics that you need to get translated. And since we know Yugi's grandpa has a sort of speciality in ancient Egyptian history and hieroglyphics and can translate them, we could take them to him, which would get us the password, and then we could enter the password at his shop, and that would trigger everything. Anyway, now Reshef does have a post game that we could participate in. It's called the Hall of Eternity, but there is really no story to it. It's just a bunch of super tough duels that are against some rather unique opponents like Yami Yugi, Seto Kaiba, Sol Chevalsky, Possessed Joey, Evil Merrick, Noah Kaiba, and Paradox. I think those are all of them. And they all start with 60,000 life points. So really, it's just for bragging rights at this point and having something to do with all the cards you have possible, and a means, I suppose, to grind up to maximum deck capacity and duelist level. In any case, since I will be leaving the game here and not pressing on with that because I don't feel like I really need to, I want to thank you all for joining me for this playthrough. As to the next series, what is next for the channel? Well, to be honest, given some tech-related news of late, I'm having to reconsider the next game I play because of how I record these playthroughs. I usually plan out which game I will play well in advance of the Let's Play itself, and I largely considered putting a specific game off for a later date, but because of these tech-related news, I'm probably going to have to change my plans. That said, at the time of recording this, I can't say for sure when I'll begin the next series, but in the meantime, I'll be keeping active on the channel, just not in a main series sort of way, probably looking into making more shorts from my pre-existing material, just to keep my channel active while I figure out what my next steps are. As for a hint as to what the next game for the channel could be, well, assuming I absolutely have to change my plans, all I'll say is that the series that the game comes from is one that we have already done for the channel at least once. Otherwise, we'll be heading to a new series for the channel. With that all said, though, we're done here. Until next time, stay gold.
Playback sequence terminated. Transmission disconnected.